Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a Friday night Vintage League on stream. It is almost Christmas, so no stream this weekend. So I thought I'd get one in today. This is a donation deck list. Thank you again to Carl. Carl asked for one thing and one thing only. There had to be Auriok Salvagers Bomberman in the deck list. Said I could do any shell I wanted to. And so I think the best way to play a Bomberman combo in Vintage is to actually just put it inside Esper Saga. So one of the decks that I highly recommend right now is a kind of controlling combo deck that is playing Teferi's, Lavinia's, and Urza Saga. Obviously, you are a tutor deck with Tinker, Vault Key, Citadel, and Sphinx of the Steelwind. And I think that deck, Bomberman, slots into it really, really well because you don't have to play multiple copies of a 2/4. You can just play your one copy, and then you get to play, your 4 sagas that search for your Black Lotus to make infinite mana. I guess I should explain the combo in case this is new to anyone. If you have a Black Lotus and an Auriok Salvagers, you make infinite mana. You can also, return other things like Soul Guide Lantern, Engineered Explosives. There's like an infinite combo where you make infinite mana and then you can you can play Sensei's Top and blow it up with explosives and draw through your deck. That's a very famous one from before. I don't know if I'll be able to label this video Bomberman because that sounds like something that YouTube would be upset about, but I guess I'll figure that out later. So yeah, I took the most recent winning Esper Tinker list from the most recent challenge, and I trimmed 1 Teferi and 1 Preordain, and I added a Soul Guide Lantern, an Engineered Explosives, and an Auriok Salvagers. And now that I say that, that's 3 cards. So what was the other card I trimmed? Preordain, Teferi. Now I'm really interested. What the heck was the other card? What the? Oh, Prismatic Ending. I traded the Prismatic Ending for an Engineered Explosives. Okay. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward Esper Tinker list with the Auriok Salvagers combo as a donation deck list for Carl. Let's just see how it goes. If you'd like to see your deck played on this channel, check out the Patreon link in the description below where you can find all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Round 1. 17-4 in Vintage Cube. That's a good record. I'm probably going to play my Vintage Cube on stream at some point. I have a free one that Magic Online gave everybody. Probably do that soon too. Here we go with our Bomberman deck on the play. We've got Saga, Pierce. It's an interesting hand. I think this is definitely going to be a keep. We have the ability to look at their hand and judge how we want to play our game out. We have the ability to hold open Vampiric and Spell Pierce. I think this is fine. It's a little bit of a weak hand for Vintage, but I think we're going to be okay with that. I don't think that calling it bombless Bomberman is going to fix it. I don't think the algorithm is going to like the amount of times you use the word bomb in that sentence. I probably shouldn't even be saying that word because Google or YouTube's like ad filters and stuff like listen to the recording and give ratings and stuff based on it. So we need to think of a new name for 2020 2022. Oh man. All right. I'm probably just gonna call it Esper Saga with Salvagers combo or something like that. Okay, so we're up against Jewel Shops, and my opponent is on Workshop Trinisphere. Thankfully, Spell Pierce is better than Flusterstorm. Wow. So we We actually have pretty good game against this right now. That's crazy. Spell Pierce is a nice innovation. It's a kind of a classic choice from an error from when workshops was more popular and more powerful. People would opt to play Spell Pierce because it wasn't a dead card against workshops. And here it's much better than Flusterstorm, as we actually can hit both of their pieces. We will have to. They're gonna go just 3-ball to start. We might have to tutor for another counterspell for Jewel. Because I'm pretty scared of Jewel. All right, so 3-ball, Spell Pierce. We're lucky they didn't draw another Moxen. That would have been the end of the world, but I think the answer is upkeep Vamp for Force. I'm not like happy doing that, but I guess we don't theoretically have to do that because my opponent could not get the mana to play Jewel. But with a Saga going, I think it's just correct. I think it's a little risk averse for my liking, but all right, I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I got a force for this Jewel, and I'll start making constructs. All right, so let's see how much fast mana my opponent drew. I think all they need is a tomb, right? Oh, not even actually. They just have okay, cool. And so this is enough. So I'm pretty happy with our Vamp for Force. It does leave us a little bit weak to top deck another Jewel. We could just go for explosives. That's actually an interesting idea. What if we just explosives on 0? Kill the Mana Crypt and the Pearl, leaving them with just a workshop. Because it's not a land in their hand, or they probably would have played it. Could be a land, I guess. Explosive hits non-land permanents, so yeah, I actually think I like this play. It's one less construct, but I think it makes us less weak to problems. I think it should buy us some time. And currently, we need time. I like this play. So far, so good. This is kind of what I was saying about the Esper Saga deck being kind of a controlling deck. It's a combo deck, right? But it's controlling. Okay, so they drew a Metamorph, and they just get to copy a Grim Monolith. So this puts them in a position where they can still cast a Jewel next turn. We're a little actually. Ah, man, I wonder if I'm supposed to make a construct. Oh wow. I do think I want to buy a turn with Teferi. So Oh, man. I don't know. I'm like super concerned that their second card is another jewel. I don't know if that's overreacting. But I don't think we're going to need to win this game with a construct, or likely to win this game with a construct. It's more likely we counter enough things and then cast Tinker, right? So I think I'm going to make a mana and get a... No, I think a Lotus is not a great use. I think I would rather just get... What if I get just to get a top? What if I get a top, bounce, pass? I think I like that. I know. They need an old border top and an old border Mox Opal. All right, so I'm going to buy some more time. Swords, not great. Not a great draw. I guess this doesn't give me enough mana to spin top and time walk. So that's kind of a problem. I don't feel... This is why I hate playing like the random swords and prismatic endings and things. I assume this is another, metamorph as a monolith. They do top if they want, but I don't think I'm worried about that. Uh-oh, they have PO. That would be a pretty brutal last card. Oh my god, they have Karn. Okay. All right, so they did have a payoff for 4 mana that they were trying to get to. That is pretty brutal. They currently don't have the ability to play Lattice. This is rough. They got the Might Stone and the Weak Stone in their sideboard? That's a really nice play. Can't cast that right now. Well, now I can't spin top anyways. Yeah, I don't feel great about this. I mean, I did predict that this is how the game would be ending. We don't have the ability to activate artifacts, though, so... I'm glad I didn't get Lotus. This is another reason. I guess we're going to get a Citadel. We're going to get a Narset. We're at 11. We're going to cast Yogwill and get a Saga. Yeah, we probably want to do that. Oh, I really want to draw into this force. I guess I don't want to draw into this force. I guess I can because I'm going to have an Narset. So I can go probe. I could also vamp. Is there a way I can win if I vamp? At 8 life? I guess I can get a Mentor. That can attack the Karn. Oh, Mentor might just be worse than Lavinia, actually. So I could go fetch down to 7, vamp down to 5, Lavinia down to... Yeah, Lavinia has got to be the way. Do I want to first go to 6 to draw force? I go to 6, I go to 5, I go to 3, I go to 1, but then I can't force. So that doesn't actually help me. Okay. Unless I'm missing something, I think this makes a lot of sense. Vamp. Lavinia. No, I think Lavinia is better than Force of Will because Lavinia stops them from playing anything and kills Karn. Which can set up our win. Those are all like very reasonable options. Brainstorm in case I could force my own Karn. Yeah, so I'm not gonna cast Probe just so I can keep up force if I ever get to it. Okay, so now they can't cast the Mightstone and Weakstone not only because of mana, but also because of Lavinia. They can't cast most of the spells in their deck because of Lavinia. I don't think they'll have any way to kill this Lavinia in the main. Lavinia and Collector Roof are definitely the two best cards against Coveted Jewel Shops. Lavinia being particularly annoying. All right, what are you going to get? What can you even get here? Oh, they just killed the Engineer Explosives. Okay. All right. So once we play our own Karn, I don't think they have any chance. Just plus this. Play our own Karn. That should just be game. So they are completely locked out of playing Magic. We're actually playing Control Prison, huh? That's crazy. Wow. Okay. So what do we want to bring in against Coveted Jewel? Opposition Agent only hits Saga. I don't really think it's great. Hercules is fine, but not great. Fluster's fine, but not great. Ending, fine, but not great. Fragmentize, fine, but not great. Probably better than Swords, though. I actually like EE. I'm not really a fan of, like, Fluster. It just hits, it hits some of the things, but not enough. I think I want to take out Mentor. Oh, I can probably take out Island. Actually, do people take out Island in Esper Saga? What does the mana look like? This is 16 lands. It's probably fine. Fairy was pretty good. Mental Misstep? What's the Jewel Shops list look like in terms of one drops? Yeah, Mental Misstep pretty sus. All right, let's try this. That looks fine to me. I'm just sitting here chowing on fries. I don't need this many fries in my life. I don't know why I did this to myself. I really want to eat the pizza, but... Okay, what we got? Wow. If against a slower deck, I think I would keep this hand and just threaten Salvagers. But against Jewel Shops, they're like a turn 1, turn 2 combo deck. I'm really looking for a hand with force. No force here either. They're on a mull to 5. We'll go to 5 with them. Yeah, here we go. This is the kind of hand I would like to see. Yeah. This is beautiful. Force, Spell Pierce. Unfortunately, we're at 5, so we do have to get rid of 2 cards. So I don't know if we're going to get rid of Citadel and Demonic, or Citadel and Sapphire, maybe? Citadel Demonic, maybe? I'd like to be able to Demonic for Tinker, though. But if we get rid of Sapphire, it makes it pretty hard to demonic. It's probably just demonic. Maybe that comes back and bites me. I don't know. Ooh, Saga's pretty good against our hand. Moon Silver Key. I like it. Uh-huh. Okay, one card left in our opponent's hand. Oh, sacking the Moon Silver Key. Are we going to get Lotus and cast a 3-ball? Got Lotus. All right. Are you casting a 3-ball? Is that what's happening? Yeah. I think I might pitch the... Ooh, excuse me. I think I might pitch the Spell Pierce. Because my opponent is out of cards. I wish we had Demonic. But... All right, so they need to hit a mana producing... Okay, so now they can make a construct. I guess this Teferi is pretty bad against Saga right exactly now, huh? Because if I play it... I just get constructed and I lose my Teferi. So I guess I have to wait. So what? They make 2 constructs. And they get a top. I really like Teferi when you get it in play and bounce a one saga, but when the saga's already down, it's a little rough. I mean, I don't really think these constructs are a huge issue, but they could be. Like, we're playing a million Fragmentizes and Prismatic Endings and Hercule's Recalls and that kind of thing. But it could be a problem if we just don't draw the right cards. This Dig Through Time is like pretty sus in my deck. There's not a lot of, cantrips, which makes it really hard to cast this. The good news is now if they spin into PO, we actually have negation for it, but we are going to die to this construct if we let it be. Oh, excuse me. Another saga. All right. Yeah, it's a good spin. All right. Well, now it's kind of on us to make some proactive plays. The good news is I guess we can maybe get to this Dig Through Time, but the bad news is this is killing us next turn. Okay. So I currently have 4 mana, so I actually can't cast this Dig Through Time. So I have to probably am interested in using... I don't think I would use the black mana this turn. I will play a new Teferi. Better than the old Teferi. Bounce another Saga token. Nice. That's a great draw. So the question becomes... Is there a good reason to do this now? I make 5 blue mana. and I pay 3 mana for Dig Through Time, leaving me with 2 blue mana. Or I can negate something, and then I can immediately dig. I think I'm just leading. All right, so now I'm still dead to the next construct token. And sorcery speed removal won't work on it. So we are going to have to find something with our dig through time. I kind of want opponent to play something really powerful here instead. Oh, no, they're just going Emerald Life. All right. So I do think I'm going to cast Dig. My opponent can't cast anything anymore anyways, and I want to use my Tolarian mana. Oh, I guess that's true. We do have Teferi. Sorcery speed mana might work. Maybe I'll choose not to exile the Black Lotus, seeing as I have all this extra mana. I guess I could have... Okay, so this has got to be lethal, right? Well, I'm taking the 2 for the Brainstorm and the Demonic. I'm at 6 life somehow. I guess it was Constructs. I'm going to Brainstorm. Fragmentize. All right. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't need this. All right, so now I'm not dying to the Construct. Because I have a Teferi. Oh, God. Okay. I have a Saga, a Teferi. And then I have Demonic for something. I actually don't have enough mana for negation. It's kind of annoying. I'm kind of looking for a win. I technically don't have Salvager combo either. I can't cast Yogg this turn, but next turn I could cast Yogg. It'd be pretty strong. Could just cast Ancestral. That could leave me in a good spot as well. I could go for Time Vault right now. Play my Time Vault. I could just go for Time Vault because I have... Okay, I actually only have answers to 1 Saga token. I need answers to 2 Saga tokens. Yeah. I could also get an Engineered Explosives. It's kind of sick. What if I do that? Kind of looks good. Kills almost their entire mana base. They can't cast a PO in response. Should be interesting. This Engineered Explosive has been pretty interesting. This does leave me with nothing, but I do have a Saga ticking up, so I kind of like it. They probably have Needle, but they're still gonna get a Saga token because I'm gonna respond with the trigger on this. Actually, maybe yeah. I think if they wait. We don't have to wait, I guess. We could just kill the Saga. Is that good? I mean, if I just do this now, they actually can't even get a construct. Yeah, maybe I'll just still do it. I'm going to let them spin and then do it on their upkeep. I guess it doesn't help me. It just wastes time. This is a really interesting game. Okay, workshop. We have active negation, active saga, active Teferi. Yeah, I mean, engineered explosives, which is a card I added for the Bomberman, looked real good in that match, I have to admit. Okay, round 2. We got Matt across the table. Matt is usually a dredge player, but, has been branching out recently. This hand features Urza's Saga and not a whole lot else. I don't think you can justify keeping this hand unless you know your opponent is on a combo deck. I think this is it's a very keepable hand if my opponent is on a combo deck. But if my opponent is on dredge or a wasteland deck, I think this is just a trap. So I respect in the blind. This hand has powerful cards, but a little light on mana. Let's put the 4 cost away and go to the next one. Oh, my opponent is on dredge, so I'm pretty happy that I did not keep my initial hand. Hopefully our probe could hit us maybe blue-white Moxen and play Lavinia against dredge on turn 1. That would be pretty ideal. Let's see. All right, so my opponent has Bazaar. They actually have Chalice, which is quite annoying. This is going to be a hard game to win because we need to find a combo avenue very quickly, and currently we're not doing anything very quickly. This is like one of the biggest reasons I don't like this deck is it's super clunky. I guess a PO deck could technically have any of these 5 cards, so maybe I am talking nonsense. Wow, that's interesting. I just don't think we're going to get enough turns for this plan to work. If we had played turn 1 Saga, then yes, but this is going to be 1 turn for them, 1 turn for me, 2 turns for them, Saga to 2, 3 turns for them. Yeah, but they have a Bazaar. All they need to do is hit. They get 3 Bazaar activations before we win. And they could draw Force off their first draw step plus Bazaar, in which case we would lose immediately. And we also forfeit any other plays in this entire game. So do you think that if I were to take Time Vault Saga, give my Bazaar opponent 3 turns, would we be able to win? The problem I have is that I don't really see another way to win. What other 1 card is getting us there, right? I'm gonna keep this and bank on it just because I just don't see a way. I don't see another 1 card randomly that's going to get us there. We just have a very anemic hand, slow. We don't have mana. Well, I think I just don't see a path forward if we shuffle. This is at least a path forward. If they hit Golgari Grave Troll. Yeah, okay, so we died. Well, this is too much. I mean, it's not even going to be remotely close. They also hit their third Narcomoeba. So I need to draw. There's nothing for me to draw. Oh, they also hit second Bazaar. Okay, okay, okay. All right, opponent, I see you. So I can hit Time Walk, right? No, I can't hit Time Walk because I know my top card is Yagwell. So do I survive another turn? I don't think so. 3, 6, 9. Nope. I don't actually even survive another turn because they're gonna have 15 power. No, we know my top card, chat. We pondered. Okay, so that's not even 15 power. That's 13, 16, 19, 22. They go through their whole deck and kill me. Okay, cool. Yep. I mean, my opponent had Bizarre Chalice as their and a Dredge 3. And in their first 3 draws of the game, they drew Golgari Grave Troll, second Bizarre. Which is the worst possible outcome, probably. It's fine. It's Dredge. It happens. We bring in Sphinx, Needle, Cage, Crypt, Tabernacle, Balance? I don't know about Balance. Maybe Balance. It was about the worst possible thing that could have happened. I agree. We don't need Island. Do we need Swords? Don't need Misstep. Don't really like Pierce. Luster. Don't really like Vault Key very much. Don't really like Karn. Auriok Salvagers. Dig Through Time. Citadel. EE. Cruise. Negation. Wow, I really dislike my deck, huh? I think Swords is still fine because of Hollow One. Good lord, how do I... Yeah, I think that is not really a winning plan either. One Soul Guide Lantern is not going to stop Double Bazaar in that sequence either. Might have stopped a slow draw if they drew like all bad cards. I think I'm gonna keep... What am I gonna keep? These cards are all so bad. Guess I'll keep Fluster. I guess I'll just keep Volkey. I just like I want to get rid of as high amount of clunky cards as I can. I guess we'll keep the Citadel option open. Still more? Yeah, we'll board in second Swords. Swords doesn't really do something unless they have Hollow One. Okay. I don't really like Pierce. It's not the worst thing that you could do, but I don't really like it. No, I'm playing Tundra Tormod Script. Go. My opponent kept a 7-card hand after powdering 14. Actually, let me cast Tormod Script first and see if it resolves. Okay, I'm just gonna go Tundra Go. I don't want to expose a second artifact to a Vigor. I also don't want to lose like a counter battle. Icarid, amalgam. No dredger. Kind of think they have a vigor. Interesting. All right. They want to play Saga. And pass. If my opponent wants to do this, if they have a wasteland, it's really bad for me. If they don't have a wasteland, I just tabernacle the amalgams, and if they don't matter very much. I really don't want to crack a Tormod script for just this. Maybe I just cast Ancestral on their upkeep then. Interesting. I think I'm going to let this happen. I could get punished. The Wasteland punish is like very real. Golgari Grave Troll. Second Bazaar. Wow. Okay. Another tabernacle. Huh. I don't really want to tabernacle the one amalgam. I'm going to have to Tormod script them no matter what. I don't want to Yogwill this turn, no. Well, I guess this amalgam's coming back now. I think I'm just going to make a construct. Okay. Okay, so I got them to not use a Bazaar activation. This one, I'm going to... Am I going to hit right now? Then they get double activation. It's like super bad for me. I can just let this one go into play. I still have a chump and a tabernacle. I'm super worried about Wasteland is what I'm really worried about. Double Narcomoeba? I guess double Narcomoeba doesn't really matter either. I guess they would have to already have it. I also have a Saga coming off that's going to name a needle. So... guess I can just put this in the yard. Maybe I don't even have to block. I'm a little worried about chill. Okay. Okay, so a third Bazaar? Okay. I can wait till this Icarid goes away. And then just get a needle off this Saga. A little too many windows happening here. Make a construct. Needle off Saga. Tormod's Crypt their yard. Ah, they have Vigor. I don't actually think I care. I just let that happen. I guess this means they can actually Bazaar after this Vigor goes, and then yeah. So they are going to be able to get a Grave Troll back in their yard. Okay, so that was pretty bad by me, right? I need to just force. I needed to just force it. There was no reason not to force it. Wait, I don't actually need to needle those Bazaars. There's 13 cards left in my opponent's graveyard. I could just go Lantern, hit the Golgari Grave Troll. That's probably even better. Okay, I didn't even show them Tabernacle. I wonder if I played that game correctly. It felt weird. That was a very weird game. Okay. My opponent had so many things, but it just didn't matter. Which I guess is dredge. I think this hand's bad, though. Typically, you need another thing. I don't think one Tabernacle is enough to beat, like, Creeping Chill, Icarid. And all this mana just doesn't do anything. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Cage, Swords. Appreciate that. Got a big crew in Germany watching, from what I can tell. Is this a keep? I don't think so. I do have an answer to a hollow one and an answer to their graveyard, but they kept 7. I just don't think this is good enough. I want 2 things. I'm gonna mulligan. All right, well, I didn't get 2 things, but... And it's on the draw, and it's needle. But at least I can vamp for tab 2, so I think this is probably a keep. It's pretty bad for me, though. What? My core audience will know that's a lie, Harry. What are you talking about? Okay. Interesting. All right, so I am going to fetch an Underground Sea and play a Needle. My opponent doesn't have a Dredger, and they also pitched a Vigor. So I can't imagine Needle resolves, which it didn't. Okay, there's a Dredge 3. They hit a Thug. They hit second Bazaar? In Come on! In 3 games, they've had 7 Bazaars. How is that possible? Okay, so I go to 12, I go to 10. I have to vamp for a Tabernacle, and then I still die. I vamp for a Tabernacle, and then they Icarid me and still kill me probably, but whatever. It is what it is. I guess I could Ancestral and hope to hit Tormod's Crypt Tabernacle. Maybe that was slightly better. It might have been slightly better to just Ancestral and pray. This makes my opponent do more clicks, though, so... How many creeping chills, actually, is the question? 3 chills left? Okay, so I do die to 3 chills here. Which, that should be pretty reasonable for them to hit. Okay, they only hit a chill. So now if I hit a Tormod script, I should win? Maybe? Oh no, they have another dredge for turn, right? Oh, they hit 2 chills off that. Awesome. This was a fun and enjoyable experience. This has got to be the highest dredge rolls I've ever seen in my life. 7 Bazaars in 3 games. All right. Again, like I said, I had 2 pieces of dredge hate, but I kind of needed 3. I think it would have been better call for me to go Ancestral and hope to draw exactly Tabernacle Tormod script, which is... Oh, it's a bad spot to be in. Damn, 50? Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Have a happy holidays. Yeah, all right. Well, we got super got. All right, let's try this again with less Bazaars. Yeah, I mean, that's a keep. Yeah, I was just saying that's probably the pretty close to the highest you can roll, right? Oh my god, it's another serum powder. It's another dredge player. This one's got bridge from below and cabal therapy though. All right, well, I'm just gonna play my saga because I do have a soul guide lantern in my main. Don't know if that's gonna be enough. I really do like needle in the main of these decks as well. No activation? That can't be right. Activate. You can play a hollow one. What you doing, friend? I can actually go for Vault Key, right? I should just do that. With Force. Could even have double Force. Cabal Therapy. Cabal Therapy kind of good against me right now. Oh boy. I think we're winning this game. They're not gonna therapy force a will? I think I'm gonna try to draw for a blue card and draw to negation. I'm definitely countering this. I don't know what the percentage chance my opponent can have a force in their hand is, or a vigor. I guess it's better for me to just negation pitching force. Because then I can still draw for turn and draw off of top. Whereas if I draw with top, then I'm drawing top for turn. So they can still have vigor or force, but if I draw a blue card on top, I have I didn't have counterspell backup, so I could have lost that game. Kind of a weird one. All right, so let's go with our big sideboard plan again. Bring in all the cards, take out all the cards. 11 cards. And then dig, Cruise, Karn, Auriok, Negation. If I spin top, I can't activate that turn, right? I do think I'm dead on the swing back because of Icarids and Creeping Chills. I didn't actually look where they're Creeping Chills. I don't think I have another turn there, but I could be wrong. I didn't do the math, not gonna lie. Is the Blue-Red Caves deck still a thing? I don't really think the Blue-Red Caves deck is a thing, no. I would not say that is the case. What other cards did I take out? Oh, I don't think I brought in this many swords. I must have taken something else out. They're on therapy, so I'm actually gonna keep Missile Misstep in. I think this Narset's so bad too. Yeah, this is a different deck though. This dredge deck has it has Cabal Therapy in it. This one's a keep. I've got a force and a cage. Cage is quite good. I'm gonna force pitching probe. I think I like that better, slightly better. They even had bridge for their grief. I shouldn't have fetched because I don't know if I need white or black mana. I should not have fetched, and now I can get wastelanded too. What I was trying to do was not play extra cards into vigor, but I think that was silly. Two Bazaars, but I have a cage, so. Alright, definitely gonna get a Sapphire in play. I don't want to play into like a Mindbreak Trap or anything either. I guess they don't have enough cards for that to matter. Yeah, I guess in that case I can Time Walk. I don't really want to Time Walk. Oh, they're just gonna activate Bazaar? That's insane, right? What does that do for them? They just lost a Vigor. I don't think you're allowed to do that. Like, the only way you're proceeding in this game, really, is draw naturally, activate, and put a hollow one in play, or go for Vigor on my stuff. None of that is gonna work, but that's how you would progress. I'm not currently doing anything, so I think I will time walk, actually. Okay. And they're never gonna have enough cards to... Why are we activating now on 2 cards? Like, what is that doing for you? They're dredging? That can't be right. I don't think my opponent is making a wise choice here, because the Narcomoeba can't enter the battlefield. The Icarid can't enter the battlefield. This just doesn't look correct. It does take some practice to learn how to play through hate. But in this circumstance, you have 2 options. You either go for a hollow one, or you get enough cards in your hand and go for a Vigor. Those are really the only choices you have. Dredging is not an option. Here's the Vigor. They actually, unless they just dredged a green card back into their hand and I missed that. That's totally possible. I should have said that as well. You can dredge back a green card for your Vigor, which is what they did. So that's what they went for. They went for a dredge to get a green card for their Vigor. So that's a good play. Sorry. The things I'm saying are still the same though. Like, you have to go for a Vigor or you go for a hollow one. All right. Should just be game. Oh, is it game? So Grafdigger's Cage, if I sack my Grafdigger's Cage, am I really winning this game? I don't think I am. So I'm just gonna hold this. Unfortunately, if I don't sack my Grafdigger's Cage, I can't get a Sphinx of the Steel Wind. And if I do sack my Grafdigger's, if I don't sack my Grafdigger's Cage, I could get a Citadel, but Citadel's also stopped by Grafdigger's Cage. So basically what we're gonna do is tinker for a Time Vault after we find a Saga. I can get a Citadel, but Citadel is also stopped by Grafdigger's Cage. So I can't cast spells off the top of my library. But it's okay. We found the answer. Just gonna go get a Time Vault, and then in a couple turns we win the game. I guess I could have sacked off of Mana Crypt, but that plays into Mindbreak Trap a little too much. But yeah, don't tinker for a Citadel with a cage out, and don't tinker for a Sphinx of Steel one with a cage out. Both of those things will make you an unhappy person. Wasteland. Okay. Okay, fair. Well, I'm more worried about... I don't know, maybe. You might be right. Saga Gaming. Super Saga Gaming. All right, my opponent has had enough, and they don't even know about the Tabernacle Enforceable in my hand. I really think that this deck should probably have an extremely good dredge matchup, especially post-board when you're bringing in like 11 cards. So that is kind of how I would expect it to go. I think Matt did smack us around a little bit, but in general, I would expect the matches to go more like that. All right, we're on the board. Is this Jacob is boss? Classic Zoomer matchup? I haven't seen this youngin in a while. Let's ruin their day. He said it's been a minute. All right, show me your secrets, young one. Please. I wish I had never heard about their secrets. We're playing against Bizarre Baghdad, but this time we're playing against Counterspell Bizarre Baghdad. Control Bizarre. They have Bizarre double hollow one squee Counterspell. I literally can't win the game. I can't do the winning. I guess I might be able to get a spin into a force, and then I can resolve a Narset. Is resolving a Narset good enough here? I don't think so. But it could happen, I guess. Could happen. So would I rather spin and fetch, or would I rather just fetch and hope? Yeah, I think I'd rather just use my fetch so that I don't lose my top. I could lose my top. I also can choose if I want to keep the... Well, I'm going to have to play Narset no matter what, so I'm going to have to fetch anyways, so... I'm going to fetch. Though, am I going to fetch a non-basic when they have a Wasteland? Probably not allowed. Ancestral Lavinia is a nice follow-up, at least. Alright, well, I assume this just gets negated. Can't do anything about it. My opponent goes Bizarre, plays Hollow One, and pitches Squee. I untap Ancestral, and then... Still pretty dead, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. When Squee keeps their 7 and you're playing a combo deck or a pseudo combo deck, it's just pretty impossible. I just don't know how you're ever supposed to win. It doesn't feel really like we have a shot, unfortunately. It was almost a Gataxian probe and quit, but I'm not a quitter, so... Squee, Wasteland Force, Hollow One, Hollow One. Okay, all right. They still have 2 cards in hand. They could even have a force for this. This deck is not remotely balanced. How is this reasonable? My opponent had force on turn 1, force on turn 2, free 8 power, and every turn they get to Faithless Looting. How is that a thing? How is this remotely reasonable? I'm in great pain. I would like to express that I'm in great pain. I boarded out the Salvagers so many times, and I feel so bad because the donation deck list was 4 Salvagers combo, but I'm just playing against the most ridiculous stuff. We just have no chance. No shot. I'll just keep it in this time. Whatever. Nobody can stop me. I'll take out Teferi. Teferi's not even bad, but it's so bad against like a single lizard. I guess Narset on the is pretty bad against. I mean, Narset on the play though. Whatever. I'll take a Teferi out. It's fine. Oh, I could have taken Volkey. I really hate Volkey in this matchup too. We've got the turn 1 Needle. I don't think you're allowed to pass that up. I also have the rebound, so should be fine. Obviously, we can get countered in a variety of ways, but they kept another 7-card Bizarre hand. Let's see if we get Vigored. Yep, we're getting... Oh, we did not get Vigored. That's a good sign. So now I think... What do we vamp for? The problem is if they have a Vigor now... I think we need to assume they just don't have a Vigor. Oh no, I can't go Lavinia because if they have Lavinia, I get Vigored. Oh no, this was really bad. I should not have played Fetchland. I should have played Underground Sea. And that way I could I don't get wrecked so badly. Yeah, that was really, really bad. I should definitely have played the wrong... I played the wrong land. Mindbreak Trap, Force of Will. Okay. I guess I can't even, like, Yogwill yet. Wasteland. Okay. I guess so. Think I'm willing to spin upkeep here. Oh my. Hello. Don't mind if I do. That Wasteland, a little on the greedy side. Saga should be quite good here. They hit Vigor. All right. Have a Tabernacle on top that I don't want to get rid of. And then I have this Yogwill still. So they have double Squee. Okay. I'm a little worried. I'm pretty worried. They're already back up to like 10 cards in hand. And they have Wasteland. Okay. They're going to Wasteland me. Okay. Am I still going to draw this Tabernacle? I don't really think I want to draw the Tabernacle now. I need to hit a Black Lotus to play Yogwill. I think I'm going to spin without fetching, though. Okay. So that should let me play Yogwill, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I mean, this could just get countered. I like this very, very... Oh my god, I have no more Underground Seas. Because I play... I'm so bad. It's okay, I'll spin and find Tinker. See, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. I guess I'll play the Ancestral, and that way it's bait. Okay. So this should just win then. Demonic for Time Vault. Yogwill, Lotus. Oh, that's not enough. What about demonic? Oh man, I wish I had enough for salvagers. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'll just soul guide lantern. Oh, I don't have enough to soul guide lantern. The biggest problem here is that I have Lotus, but I can't even play Lavinia with it. Like, I want to play Lavinia Needle. So maybe I just get a white source. I'm already casting Yogg with my floating black mana. I guess I can keep the white mana. Okay, yeah. Oh god, am I getting trapped or something after all of this? That'd be pretty funny. Okay. I don't know if I played that game right, but the fact that it was even close is like really rough for me. My opponent had a nice one. I definitely played it pretty badly. I got pretty lucky on my spin to have 3 restricted cards on the top of my library, including the Black Lotus for my Yogwill. Obviously, extremely lucky. I think the best way to play that out is to just go Lavinia Needle Ancestral. Is this a keep? Two powders. Pitching 3 vines in their powders. I'm going to keep. It's really bad versus Squeehan. I agree. They lost 3 vines, though, so I think that kind of makes it worse. I think I'm going to mulligan. This just doesn't do anything, man. I don't think Tabernacle's a keep because you lose to any hand that has Bizarre Squee. That hand was just that hand did nothing, so I don't really like keeping that hand. This hand also is pretty garbage though. Yeah, this is our best hand by a large amount. This is like our best hand by a large amount. Oh, Water Lotus, very nice. Congratulations. Yeah, so their hand was their 4th Vengevine double Squee. So our first hand would have gotten obliterated. This hand also is going to get obliterated, unfortunately, but ooh. We have a lot of choices here. I don't know. I'd like to play a Soul Guide Lantern. Walks me. I think I'm going to go Saga Soul Guide Lantern. It's a little in against Vigor, unfortunately, but I think this makes the most sense. I can't really allow my opponent to have full access. Do I rather take the Squee or the Master? I think I'd rather take the Master because of forcing on my Mentor. I don't think I want to activate the Lantern here. That looks a little too greedy. But it's definitely a consideration. Wasteland. Okay. Will you activate? I assume you will. You have a Squee. No activation. How many counters do they have? All right, well, I mean, what else am I gonna do here? I've got what I've got. Yeah, my 7-card can would have gotten destroyed by this draw. So I think it was a pretty good choice not to play into a draw where you could really get got by a good Squee hand. So they need to have exactly Force of Will. They have Vigor. So they chose not to pitch their Squee. So they actually got to keep their Squee here. We do get to hit the 1 Vengevine, so no more Vengevines. So I do have a Mentor, and they still have a Squee and 3 other cards. So there's the Squee, there's the Wasteland, and a hollow one, and a hollow one. Okay. If I hit a Moxen, a land. Okay, so a land is probably my second best draw, with a Moxen being my best draw. I do think I'm gonna get the. I think I'm gonna get the Underground Sea. All right, so they get their Squee back. And we have a Tabernacle for their hollow ones, as long as they don't draw Wasteland off of this Bazaar activation. I'm willing to go to 10. They drew Wasteland! Oh, they went for my Saga, though. Oh, they went for my Sea, though. Okay. I guess I'm happy. I do probably need to. I'm going to try to blind draw for a Mox. Fuck. We're just going to get buried by this Squee. I could theoretically take one more hit, but then I'm opening myself up to Wasteland pretty badly. All right. It is what it is. Mentor, you had a good life. I'm going to get... Unfortunately, I'm like very, very unlikely to win this game. My opponent has access to Squee to turn their Bazaar into Faithless Looting. And I have a Sensei's Top on top of my library. Unless I draw exactly Black Lotus for Yogwill, I think we're probably dead. And I might not even have enough time to do that, seeing as my opponent has an active Squee. My opponent did play really well around that. They played really well around the active Soul Guide Lantern and forced the issue. My opponent just pitched a hollow one and another Master of Death, so we are just super dead here. So now my opponent is actually drawing a card every turn with Bazaar with their 2 Squee effects. And we're just going to get buried and die. It's really hard to play against this deck if you don't have a Wasteland for Bazaar. Not that Wasteland would have helped versus my opponent's draw this game that had 3 Bazaars in it, but They just hollow one back a waste. Oh, they just Noxious Survival back a Wasteland. They're gonna bring back Wasteland and Wasteland my Tabernacle. Yep. Unfortunately, this game is just over. It's just a real rough deck to play against. Ooh, Flooded Strand is definitely on the path here. I do think I'm going to get just the island. That is definitely our best draw. Our best draw is probably Black Lotus, but our second best draw is definitely land. All right, so my opponent saves their Root Walla by wastelanding me, gets back 2 of those, which means they have a million cards in their hand. It's just kind of a hopeless endeavor to think you can play against this deck in a long game without having a Wasteland Umbuzar. There's really just not a sufficient amount of counterplay. So I am going to spin on upkeep. We're looking for Black Lotus. We did not hit Black Lotus, but we did hit Saga. Interesting. So they just need another Wasteland for this, but... It might be pretty strong to get a Construct in play. Especially, my opponent has no more Hollow Ones, no more Vengevines, which means they have to win with Root Wallas. They have 3 red Root Wallas remaining and 2 green Root Wallas remaining. And they have 17 cards. Okay, so here are double red Root Wallas. They could also have a Fury, though that's less likely. Chalice. Chalice is a huge nightmare because my plan was to get a Sapphire. So I'm going to have to spin and hope there is a land on top as the third unknown, the last unknown. There is not a land as my last unknown. So I guess I will just draw into my force. I don't even know what I can draw now. Underground Sea is definitely the best. All right, so this is, I go to 2 if they don't hit a Gaia's Cradle, and then I cast, I get a Black Lotus, and I cast Yogwill with Force backup, and my graveyard's not really good, so, but it does have a Tabernacle in it, so it might be enough. It's possible. My opponent would have to have exactly 1 piece of interaction, and they have 5 cards in hand currently, so I don't think we're likely to win this. So I'm not casting Black Lotus. I am getting Black Lotus with my Urza Saga. So I won't be able to mentor, but... Oh, wait, no, I can't do this play because I won't be able to play the Tabernacle. So, I mean, I still have to do this. I don't think I have a choice. Oh, no, I can't do that because I have the Black Lotus. Okay, never mind. I forgot that I don't have to play this Underground Sea. Okay, so I get a Black Lotus. I Black Lotus for a Yogwill. And then my opponent forces. I force back. And then that's where the fun begins. And by that, I mean, if they have another counterspell, we lose. Yep, of course. Yep. I can still draw my other tab. I can't. Okay. Well. Yeah, I mean, this deck is abysmal to play against and continues to be just disgusting. It is what it is. Okay, here we are, fifth and final round of our Esper Saga with Auriok Bomberman challenge. I'm hoping we can do at least one Auriok Salvager combo in this match, but if my opponent is on Bazaar again, it might not work out. This hand is quite good against a lot of decks. Turn 1 Lavinia with Force backup, Mental Misstep backup, can cast Ponder, can cast... You know, we have a bunch of different choices here, so not really different choices, but we have a lot of different cards we can cast for 0 mana, which is, I guess that's like having more choices. Okay, Underground Sea. All right, awesome. Well, Black Lotus, maybe not awesome. We're gonna get turn 1 Doomsday. Oh, Karn. Well, that's bad for me. Gonna just pitch the Mental Misstep. That way I have a backup plan. Okay. So I am gonna go fetch Lotus of my own. Looks like they don't have a force. I'm gonna get a Tundra. I'm gonna go blue mana, white mana, Lavinia, Resolves, Ponder, or Preordain. That's kind of interesting. We can just go for Saga Vault with a Lavinia in play. That's probably worth doing. Obviously, I can't play either of those this turn, but I'm pretty sure Lavinia in play against Black Lotus Karn should buy us enough time. Yeah, you could definitely play Displacer Kitten with the number of Teferi combos you have in this deck. That seems totally reasonable. I think, like, Displacer Kitten, Auriok Salvagers, a bunch of those cards are just, like, a clunky win condition card you can choose to play. This is really unfortunate. Because they played their Saga ahead of ours, it actually means that if they have a Needle in their deck, they can Needle on Vault Key here before we can get Vault Key, which is really unfortunate. So then we are okay. So we're Saga Gaming, that's for sure. We have Vamp. I could skip a turn so that they lose out on a construct. Let me think about this. I think I like it. So the way Time Vault works is at the end of the whole thing, we can choose whether or not to skip a turn. And if we do skip a turn, it goes right back to their upkeep, and they won't have a time on my because I don't have a turn. They won't have a time to activate their Saga and make a construct. It does mean we have to activate our Time Vault right away so that we don't get needled. But I think I like it. I haven't gotten to do it yet. Let's try it. So yeah, back to them. They don't get to make a construct, and now it's their upkeep. We will have to respond. So they're gonna make a construct. Okay, I'm gonna activate to take a turn so I don't get needled, and then see what pops up here. I kind of figured they're on like a construct plan, so making them miss a construct with Time Vault actually seems pretty strong, as well as the fact that we have Vampiric Tutor. So if we take 2 turns in a row, we can vamp for something and then draw it. They didn't actually get a needle. So do we just win? Like, we're taking another turn, so There's like no way they can interact, right? There's like no reason for me even to vamp. I don't even think there's a reason for me to vamp. No, and I have a Lavinia in play anyways, so. Okay. You're dead. Yeah. That was weird. I mean, they might just not have a needle in their deck. Like, that's totally possible. I mean, I'm not playing a needle in my main, right? There's no needle in my main. I typically, if I were to make a deck list like this, I would play a needle in the main. It's a very ubiquitous, is ubiquitous the right word? Card. It's good against every deck to some amount, at least some amount. And it's great against Bazaar, which we already determined can be problematic. So, I mean, I would play needle in the main, but... All right, so I'm going to bring in an opposition agent for the... This is either the mirror or the pseudo mirror, like the blue-black Shieldred. I don't actually know how most players are boarding in this mirror anymore. I'm pretty detached from Saga gaming. I assume we want opposition agent. I kind of like the idea of having a needle in my deck. Like you can technically play Fluster or Hercules, though I don't really like more Flusters. And you could technically play Fragmentize, Prismatic Ending, or Swords. I think Fragmentize is probably the best of those. I probably am not in need of an island. I don't think I need... Like, I might want to take out Mystical Vampiric against an opposition agent deck. I don't usually like to take out Vampiric, though. But I think I'm going to take out at least Mystical. 2 Pierce, 2 Fluster is probably still a reasonable number of counterspells. And then I don't really think I want Ending. I'm just super low on Ending. I'm gonna try this. I could be convinced that this is bad though. So this hand is a little mana heavy, but obviously with Teferi into Demonic, I'm pretty down to keep. This sets us up for, not exactly for turn 2 Tinker, but at least some capacity. Yo, Broccoli. Appreciate that. Oh, we're getting Tinkered? We're getting Time Walked. Fair. Oh, Mario and Grim? You love to see it. No land drop. All right, that's enough. Thank you, Bionic Broccoli. Ooh, wow, that's an interesting draw. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go fetch Underground Sea to Fairy Mentor. I would never call out. I would never. Yeah. Fetch Underground Sea, Lotus. I guess I would play Crypt first. Does it matter? It doesn't matter because I can leave one. I mean, they'll know I don't have a Fluster, but... All right, so they have Force for Teferi, and then we play a Mentor. Not bad. That worked pretty well. Oh, we can actually have infinite damage if we do demonic for Auriok Salve. Come on! I was I was I was looking at maybe we go Auriok Salvagers, and that's actually infinite spells for our mentor. But unfortunately, sometimes you play a one of in your deck and you don't end up doing it. There were times where we thought about getting Salvagers at least, but we didn't end up getting to do any loops. The engineered explosives that came along with the Salvagers was sweet though, and then unfortunately we had to play against Bazaar for 3 matches in a row. So, but thanks for Carl. Thanks for Carl. Yeah, sure. You know, I'm thankful for Carl. Thank you to Carl for joining the Patreon and donating to see this deck played. If you want to see your deck played, you can check out my Patreon link. Should be a link somewhere, right? Description of the YouTube video, in the Twitch chat. And anyone who does the $30 Patreon gets a donation deck list. So more vintage content on my YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will see you then.